Okay, right. So now let's go through this one, which I predicted. There's some changes. Again, from what I see here. All right. If you look at it, we start with 2016. The Hitler came out for SPQ. CMC came out in 2017. Actually came out Hitler again. Then 2019, Stalin. Then 2020, Hitler again. So you can see from here so far, there is no Korean War at all. 哦，微妙，你看到哈 ？So this is the actual one. 没有 Korean 一真你可以 on your camera 吗 ？Thank you. 一真你看到哈 ？Look at the one I just collated all the questions for SPQ. So I predict Korean War. 哇，鸡蛋糕 he came out in Hitler. So you see is Hitler, Stalin, Hitler, CMC, Hitler, Hitler again. Stalin, Hitler. So practically Korean War has not been coming out. So very high chance for this year Korean War. Then CMC, Cuban Missile Crisis. We went through yesterday. So Stalin. Okay, so looks like Korean War we're going to do these are SPQ next week. So today I didn't really prepare on that. I prepared for Hitler. And then you see for SEQ again, War in Asia Pacific, start of Cold War, Nazi start of Cold War. So Cold War. Then World War II in Europe, start and end of Cold War. So this is the actual. Then you see the actual came out 2016, it came out. This one actual came out. And then Germany. That is I think it's SEQ, yes. Okay. Then after that, 2017. Hey, wait. This time I saw. Okay. I'm looking at the defeat of Japan. I remember just I did World War II Europe treaty. How come? Oh, okay, 2019. Is it 2019 World War II? Actual came out. Okay, so 2019 came out the defeat of Japan. So actual. So you can see 2017 that's the World War I and Korean War, but prediction came out from Treaty of Versailles. Korean War came out. So SEQ came out for Korean War. Okay, the actual one. No, sorry, actual one, sorry, it's not no. Actual one is why US became involved. Correct, Korean War. Okay, Korean War came out. Then this one, 2018, Soviet, okay, came out, Korean War. So SEQ came out quite often, but no SPQ. Then this one, and then for last year, it came out start of Cold War. And also collectivizations, dictatorship. So this year I predicted, Hitler. And true enough, by the other student, yesterday, the Angelina, right? The last one that came in, the teacher also predicted Hitler. Okay, team 2. So Japan defeat, so I predict this one. So we're going to cover quite a fair bit of all this one and TOB as well, impact of Korean War, okay? Okay, let's go through the SPQ now that we're going to do. Okay, SEQ first. So explain why Hitler carried out an aggressive foreign policy in 1930. Then League of Nations was responsible for the outbreak of World War II in Europe. Do you agree with this statement? So when you say this one here, 12 mark, is yes, League of Nations was involved. No, League of Nations was involved. There's other factors. So we want to talk about Hitler first, carrying out aggressive foreign policy in 1930. Okay, let's start with something like that here. Hitler wanted to make Germany strong. He wanted to take revenge and break the Treaty of Versailles. So if you write like that, it's 3 to 4 marks. So what is the next thing you're going to write here? So guys, you can powder it and then you send it into a chat group. All right. I will be waiting for your chat. So now you can start thinking of how are you going to write these questions. So the chat will be here. So you type here. Okay, you type here your answer. So the question is, explain why Hitler carried out aggressive foreign policy. That means it's external policy. Okay, what is the policy that makes Hitler to be so aggressive and make Hitler to be so strong and popular? Let's go. Yi-Chen, are you typing also? Yes, Wei-Miao also. This is the best time for you to practice. But if you need to refer to your textbook, by all means. Excuse me, boss. You have a text message. I think I got a dislocated jaw. Okay, Xingchen, welcome. We are doing this question. Explain why Hitler carried out an aggressive foreign policy, a policy for external to make Germany a greater country again. So it's not the internal policy, not the Reichstag fire or broken glass, night of the long nights, that kind of things. It's more to how it makes Hitler. The reason he put here, he wanted to take revenge and break the Treaty of Versailles. If you write like this, I was telling the two gentlemen, you only get about 3 to 4 marks. So how are you going to get 5 to 8 marks for this question? So later we'll read through the answer. So now Yi-Chen and Wei-Miao are writing down the answer. So Xingchen, you can turn on your camera and start thinking and pounding how to write this question. So Xingchen, your history not over yet, right? Can you hear me, Xingchen? Hello, Xingchen, can you hear me? Are you there? Why cannot use? Then how do I talk to you? What's wrong with your camera and microphone? how you type your answer like that? You type here or what? You have to explain to me why you cannot use a camera and phone, right? So when you're done, Yichen and Wei Miao, please submit your answer in the chat group now, so everyone can read through and then go. All right. Done already, Wei Miao?
没有，
啊 ？Yes，
没有，
没有 OK。Yichen，
I'm done with one of the two paragraphs.
Okay, okay. This is the time to practice your skill now and write it down. That's what you have been doing, Yichen. That's why it's helping you. Okay, I love it, man. You bring in the answer. Who is that? Who is the one bring the answer? Hitler embarked on his aggressive policy.
Sure, I sent the first paragraph first, then I type on the second one.
明白. Hitler embarked on his aggressive foreign policy because he wanted to establish a greater Germany by breaking the terms of the Treaty of Versailles due to the humiliation faced by the Germans in World War I. Hitler felt that he would have to destroy the TOV. How? Germany had lost a lot of land. Example, which land we are talking about? Sudetenland, Rhineland, or what land? Okay, so must give an example, destroyed by TOV. Germany had lost a lot of land due to TOV, and Hitler had promised to regain these lands. And if the terms of treaties were abolished, Germany would be able to build up its army and make Germany strong again. Thus, Hitler decided to embark on this special policy because he wanted to restore Germany's national pride by getting back the territory that was lost, yes, after World War I, and he did so through the remilitarizations of the Rhineland. Well done. Okay, very, very good. That was the first one. Okay.
That was our school's notes, but like I mostly memorized it.
Oh my goodness, I love it, man. 我最喜欢学生可以 memorize 的。
Yeah. So like my strategy is just I memorize all the notes.
Hey, high five, man. High five, bro. High five. High five. Yeah, high five. Hey, high five, eh? High five, high five. Where's it? Yeah, high five. Yes. I give you high 10. I keep the change. Okay, Yichen. This is how Uncle Raymond studied my history all the year from set 1 to my A levels. Okay, that's how I memorized. That's how I got. It sounds very ridiculous to some of my students now, so they say, "Are you sure, Uncle? You 笑 Okay. Yeah, 这个微妙，这个是读史书啊，在 history. But of course, when you memorize, you must memorize the correct thing, 对不对？你背也要背懂从哪里翻嘛，对不对？ And not easy, no. To memorize and know which point you're supposed to put at where is a skill and strategy, okay? So right, 对吗？Yichen，对吗？ Can you imagine 有一个人来，他要应征工作，西游记的大徒弟是谁？是蜈蚣。然后第二个问题，蜈蚣打那个蜘蛛是什么？白虎精。第三个，牛吃什么？吃粪。第二个就问他，哎，你去 interview 他讲什么？什么3个问题？西游记、蜘蛛精，然后第3个是猪八戒，然后第4个是吃牛粪 ，OK？ 然后他就问你，他说我这个考生是很头脑有问题的，不要给他太深奥的 question 哦，一阵，他就问你，你父亲是谁？是蜈蚣。你妈妈是谁？蜘蛛精。那你像谁？猪八戒。你吃什么长大？牛粪。你看的还是 idea 了，有没有？I learn from TikTok 啊 ，sorry 啊。你背也是要背对吗？你不要是背死。你爸爸是谁？是蜈蚣。The guy 一晨 the guy who interviewed him, he fell on the floor and bubble come out， 晕倒。So yeah, memorizing is not a bad thing lah. Okay, good. Carry on. Sorry to disturb you. It's not easy, because the point you've got so many things to memorize. But for if you're taking JC history, to memorize will help you, but not 100%. Okay, what is the next point? So you highlight it, Ethan. You go and copy this whole thing and paste it to your MS Word, okay? Before you forget. Okay, what's the second point? Xing Chen, can you also send to the group what is your point here? I come back to you, huh? I'm going to get some water first. When you finish, you just start. You didn't see the question. The question is here, no? No. Okay, go and get the water first. No answer. Never submit your answer. You're going to submit here. I'm going to type and submit here.
I'm still typing the second paragraph.
How about Wei-Miao?
第一个 paragraph 很快了，
Sorry?
第一个 paragraph 很快了。
Send 给我没
No.
No, I didn't see it.
很快，很快，
啊？
很快。
哦，你很快，我以为你 send 了。OK，OK。
嗯哼
OK，OK。 Yeah, give me a minute. Okay. So remember to use the DEERL as what our dear friend did. You see, he described, you also explain, you got the evidence, which is somewhere here. Then you go give the feeling, wanted to restore the pride that he lost. As a result, you see, he read this one. Okay, and the example, well done. Hitler embarked on his aggressive foreign policy because Hitler wanted all Germans to be brought together to form a greater Germany. This would involve regaining the Saar, the Polish corridor, and other territories taken away from Germany because of the TOV. It also meant that taking over German-speaking parts of Czechoslovakia and uniting Austria and Germany. This made Hitler embark on his aggressive policy because by conquering this area, which ethnic, he will be able to establish. Okay, you are using for the race itself. Okay, firstly, one of the reasons for Hitler to carry out an aggressive policy in the 1930s is that the Treaty of Versailles was very unfair to Germany after World War I. First and foremost, Germany then had to take the two plane. Total, you mean had to take the two?
Total blame.
Huh?
Total blame.
Sorry?
Total blame.
You took the total blames for the war, even though she didn't start it, but was dragged into the war by Austria. Secondly, Germany had to be demoralized, which greatly humiliated Germany, which prompted Hitler to carry out an aggressive foreign policy to restore Germany pride. Also, after losing the war in World War I, Germany had to be separated from many of its allies, such as Austria, and wasn't allowed to reunite with her. Therefore, Hitler carried out his aggressive policy to reunite all the countries overthrowing the Treaty of Versailles. Thus, Hitler was carried out policy. Okay, so you blink, task, use the word task, correct. Okay, Xing Chen, what is your answer? Okay, Hitler carried out an aggressive foreign policy because first he wanted to make Germany strong again by breaking the terms of Treaty of Versailles. The treaty did not allow Germany to keep a big army. However, he carried out the rearmaments and remilitarizations to break the terms and transform Germany into a powerful country. He also carried out aggressive foreign policy because he wanted to get more land. Okay, then he felt that Germany's growing population needed more land, and hence he carried out his policy of this one, liberalism. Okay, write down. This one is very important. Liberalism, and to gain more lands for Germany. Finally, he carried out an aggressive. Okay, so this is one of the reasons, leaving space. And then finally, he carried out an aggressive foreign policy to fight communism. External factor, he worried the communists will influence badly to Germany's citizens. Sorry. Hitler was determined to destroy communism first before he destroyed Germany. Russia had plenty of land east of Germany, and by destroying communism, he hoped to gain even more land for his growing populations and productions of food, and hence moved into Austria in 1936. Okay, so that is one for a reason for communism. So you guys, for two of you, for Xingchen, Yichen and Wei Miao, okay, so we get 6 to 7 marks for that. Like I say, I will not always give 100% 8 marks, unless I feel the answer is very super solid, okay? So, well, you got past this, so waiting for Xingchen. While waiting for Xingchen, can you guys look at this question number 2? League of Nations was responsible for the outbreak of World War II. Do you agree now? Of course, first paragraph, you must write, yes, I agree. LON is the cause, the 会罪魁祸首. Okay, and no, why is it so? Let's go. So you have learned one of them is remilitarized. One is to take back the land. Okay, the one is a living space. Yeah, this word here. All right, and one is to fight against the communism, to worry that communists will influence Germany. Right. So next is the League of Nations. Whether is it yes or no for that matter. After these questions, we'll be moving on to the SPQ question. So, Wei Miao, of course, you say yes, that one is okay. What is the point that you think is not really LON issue?
Like the point for LN not being responsible.
Yeah, correct. 你觉得哪一个 point 是最适合在用在这边？一晨呢 ？Which one do you think? What point is more relevant?
这个
like, what do you mean by what point is more suitable? Like what point is more suitable for the other one?
One of the point you agree was responsible. Then the other point you have to put not agree, right?
The one I memorized.
Huh?
I'll put the one that I memorized the best.
Which one?
For now, right, I memorized the best is the it's called policy of appeasement.
Okay, smart.
Because that one easiest to write for me.
Yeah, okay. Smart guy. That's why I was laughing. Okay, because that policy of appeasement is stupid. Sorry, not you. I'm saying that thing. It's really screw up. That is a good excuse. Smart move. 孙子兵法，聪明。微妙 which one would you choose?
我是说之前那个 like the Germany's like wait. 对。
慢慢来。
The weakness of the Weimar government 应该不是吧？
你要用那个。来 because of the outbreak of World War II. That one's 比较 not so good point. Not so good point. Then, but to me not so good because 那个才是 rise of Hitler. 那个是比较好。这个你用在 outbreak of World War II 不大适当not very appropriate. Okay. So, Xingchen, you get Hitler embarked on aggressive foreign policy in order to realize his goals of a greater Germany. Hitler hoped that by uniting the ethnics living in other countries, okay, so very good, same as the two answer, able to allow him to be better achieve his goal. Rearming and establishing a superior. Okay, Aaron raised, 可以好. So the other point you still have to give me if you can. If not, then move on to question number 2, Xingchen. League of Nations was responsible or not responsible? Which one do you agree? Then, of course, 12 mark. Wei Miao and Xingchen, you have to weigh. Is it League of Nations the main culprit? Or is it your this appeasement main culprit? 明白 So you still have to give me your final answer for that. So, maybe which one will you choose?
Yeah, no. Not can like not which two again?
Which one will you choose?
你刚说的那两个是什么？ Can I say the two things again?
No, just tell me which one. A placement also? Will you choose a placement? 还是 choose 别的？
我还是想选那个
Wilmot government 是吗？
嗯
OK， 没问题啊。OK， 星辰 which one will you choose? Okay, you ready, guys? You can type in your answer, the one with the you supported. And then whether is it League of Nations is responsible or the Wilmot government is responsible? Or is it the policeman responsible or the League of Nations responsible? So Xingzhan, which one do you think? Is it the LN was fully responsible for the outbreak of World War II? Or is it you have other factors that contribute to the World War II and not because of the League of Nations? Or is it because of a policeman, the winners of Wilmot governments? Or is it because of the lack of supervisions on a certain territory, or they lack global like policemen to safeguard the interests of others? Or is it because it is really League of Nations problem, but the other factors is the reason that cause it based on the League of Nations issue, right? No proper protections, all right? So this is the way you have to analyze to see whether, okay, yeah, it's really League of Nations. The other factors is because of League of Nations that's caused it to happen. So that is the truth. Or is it because of TOV? Was it because of TOV that caused it? Okay. So I give you 3 minutes to write down your answer, especially your conclusion. Which one do you think it is? Okay. If you cannot come out your one paragraph of League of Nations and one paragraph of your Wilmot government, at least you come out your conclusion. Oh. Oh dear, my handphone no power. Okay, what is your answer? Wow. Somebody sent me the answer already. That's very cool. Let's do that. The failure of the LON leads to the outbreak of World War II because it fails to disarm country. Disarmament was seen as the most effective way to prevent another war and establish peace. In 1920 and 1930s, LN had limited success in persuading countries to disarm. As major powers refused to cooperate, and okay, the major powers is best that you write at least one or two simple answer like UK, France, okay? Of course, these two countries, the one they said, funny, they ask people to disarm, but yet they don't want to disarm themselves also. Owing to distrust, suspicions, and desire to protect their own nation. Yeah, correct. They fear that disarmaments will weaken their defense, obviously, and make them unable to defend themselves. Obviously, they are funny 叫人家不要做，自己都不要做. Against foreign conflicts and aggressions, most of the success it brings about disarmament were led by individual countries rather than the League of Nations. This eventually paved the ways to the outbreak of World War II in Europe because when there was an unwillingness to compromise, it meant that there was no meaningful progress towards disarmament. Yeah, well written. And when the League failed, bye-bye, get country to disarm, then nobody want to follow. Everyone will go their own way. They will carry out their own rules and regulations. They will decide to take the first step to conquer as many countries and make them colonies. Yeah, okay. Good. Thus, failure of case was caused by League of Nations. And the other point, what about
I'm still typing.
Okay. So this is the reason for League of Nations that caused the World War II.
Okay.
First of all, the League of Nations was responsible for the outbreak of World War II. After the First World War, the Treaty of Versailles, after the First World War, you can put WW1. So 我教你 after outbreak of World War, okay, after the First World War, you can put W1. Okay, never mind. The Treaty of Versailles was brought upon Germany, which greatly humiliated Germany in many ways, prompted Hitler to carry out his expansionist policy, and eventually led to the outbreak of World War II. Also, the winners of League of Nations contribute to the outbreak of World War II. This is because the leading country, Britain and France, were unwilling to use firepower to stop Germany and Hitler from carrying out expansion policy, as they were in fear of starting another war shortly after having one. They have rather adopted the policy of appeasement and stay away from any possibility of going to war. Coward. Hence, Hitler's expansion policies met very little resistance and is eventually to start World War II. Wait, 这个是 League of Nations 的 question 还是那个 Germany of Hitler？ 哪一个？你这个是哪一个 answer？Question A 还是 B 的？你的
等一下，我那个写的 question A 的，但我中间的话可能是那个你把那个
放在里面。
等一下，我看一下。
Because this one it looks a bit then suddenly got this Hitler coming in for expansionist policy. But 这个outbreak of World War II 不是单 Germany is the fault. Okay, this is just a general what causes the World War II outbreak. Because this World War II is not just单 Germany, Japan 也是 involved, Italy 也是 involved. So you cannot put there as Hitler from carrying out his expansionist policy, 把它放进里面，掺在那个 League of Nations 你会比较乱 ，OK？ So never mind, I'll just show you this one first. The League of Nations, the failure of the LN to stop aggressor was also another reason. Is it my answer? Yes. The LN failed to deal with aggressor countries in the 1930s effectively. In the 1930s, the governments that came to power in countries like Germany, Italy, and Mexico, these are the three Axis power, wanted more land. However, the land already belongs to other countries, which is Britain, the USA, the France, Spain, okay, all these countries. Like Germany, Italy, and Japan were willing to fight to get more land. For example, in October 1935, Italy under the Mussolini made plans to invade the Abyssinians and it was powerless. So you must bring this example. I told you already. You must bring this Abyssinia. That is the best. Take one example from Italy and one from Japan, which is the Manchuria. All right, that's the one. All right, and Italy completed its takeover of us this year. Furthermore, the member of the nation could not do anything. Okay, and any anonymous decision, and they were hampered by self-interest. They don't give a damn at all. So as a result, you realize this as a result, DERL, we are using, let me explain what is DERL again. You describe the point, you explain with example and expressions, then as a result and link back to the questions whether the League of Nations was fully responsible to the outbreak of World War II. Right, so so this as a result, the League of Nations was totally unable to make countries give up their weapons, and disarmaments conference were generally failures. They just talk only, can't do much. No action, no talk and no actions. By the mid-19th, the countries no longer believed that the League of Nations could protect. You see, no, after so many incidents and so many examples, the League of Nations can't do much, then no point I join this kind of club or this kind of protections. When another global war broke out in 1939, the League of Nations was unable to do anything. And then it was caused by the outbreak of World War II. This envoy, Hitler as there was no stronger organizations to stop him, and he wanted to invade Poland, which resulted in the declaration of war to Allies. Okay, so Xinchen, wow. Yes, the League of Nations was largely to be blamed for World War II. Its weakness and ineffective at stopping aggressor emboldened Hitler to embark on his expansionary policy, leading to the outbreak of World War II. First, it failed to convince countries to disarm as members. Our country refused to cooperate in others to protect themselves from external attacks. So, Wei Miao, if you write like that, okay, but be careful the way you structure just now. Okay, be careful. You must say, for example, like Hitler policy then就可以，你要小心啊。像他这样写 OK 啊，我还是要小心，因为我还没有读完啊。Firstly, it fails to convince the country to disarm its members. The country refused to cooperate in order to protect themselves from external attack. For example, like say, for example, so the third E already. That was the second E. All right, they explain already, the example comes in. For example, the World Disarmament Conference held in Switzerland failed, as in the end, Hitler was able to simply withdraw himself and Germany from the conference and the lead. Okay, that is the reason. So Hitler failed, expression failed that, hey, useless LON, can't do anything. I already attacked someone and do this, and yet you can't do anything and stop me. So what is the point I join you? Waste my time. So secondly, the League of Nations failed to intervene in the Abyssinian crisis. Yes. Okay, we always use this example. It's a very good example. Okay, it's quite a small scale attack, but yet you can't even handle a small scale. 何况是大 scale， 完蛋了啦。Okay, this result in the Emperor of the Abyssinian feeling and appealing to the League of Nations for help. However, despite this, the League of Nations merely imposed sanctions on Italy, which had little impact on Italy's economy. This result in the success, result the R already come out. Okay, what happened? The success take over, and during the same year, during the where is it? So fast. During the same year, during the same year of which Italy the policy? Hey, how come jump already? During the same year of which Italy? League of Nations. This inability of League of Nations to prevent Italy invading our Abyssinians led to Hitler also and was to increase and being even bolder in their plans and lead to Germany to start World War II. So Yi Chen put that the policy of appeasement led to the outbreak of World War II. Why? Britain and France adopt policy of appeasement in order to avoid war. So you are helping Germany to build out their arsenal, because of this policy, Britain and France missed several vital opportunities. Yeah. For example, if they had stopped Hitler remilitarizations of the Rhinelands, Hitler would have withdrawn his forces. Correct, law? 可以用这个字吗？变本加厉 getting from bad to worse. Hitler would have withdrawn his forces, which would clearly not ready for war then. So you know that it tests water. Nobody attacked me. Nobody asked me to retreat. Nobody asked me to surrender. Nobody say I'm breaking the Treaty of Versailles. Like 我们又在 attack 另外一个. Testing up the water, so sad. And now you see the big countries like France and Britain can't do anything. So after adopting the 1939, Britain and France declared war on Germany. 太迟了. When Germany refused to withdraw troops, 太迟了. You already get the bigger pie of it already. This clearly showed that Hitler would not stop his aggression despite the policy of appeasement. This led to the outbreak of World War II because instead of preventing war, the policy of appeasement did the opposite instead. I like the way you say that. Did the opposite instead. It encouraged Hitler to be bolder and demand for the Allies of peace and repeat, ha ha ha, ask for it lah. 不要听他们的话，他变本加厉. Okay, well done. Very good. So now let's look on my answer for no. I'm very tired. Hitler's aggressive actions were another reason for the outbreak of the war. Yes, you're right that he wanted to abolish the TOB and make Germany stronger again. So this is a no. That means it's not LN issue, it's about another issue already. To that effect, he often made gesture which was against the Treaty of Versailles to test the boundary. Then you see the word I write down is to test the boundary, to test the patience. Okay, to test the patience. For example, he remilitarized back, no, he go back and reinstall and reassure, right now, reinstate, reassure, and reinstate, reassure, and renew its power there. Okay, and reassure that he can do it. Merged with Austria in 1938. However, Britain and France were practicing appeasement then, and they give in every, right now, they give in to every Hitler's whim and fancy. Right now, this word, super useful. They give in every whim and fancy. 你要什么？有风得风，有雨得雨。Sad to say, surprisingly, 微妙. This country is the one who's lost, and yet, they have to coax him. 不要生气对不起是我的错。Okay, 你不要紧你不要讲。Hitler will be like that. 大地在我脚下，笨蛋。So because of this Treaty of Versailles, in the real world now, because they look back of all these treaties that they signed, they don't want the history to repeat it's their own things again. So they want to make sure that whenever somebody surrender or whenever you want to embargo and stop war, you put it in a very serious situations that you will not have a turning back, that repercussions. Whatever they put the policy, they will not backfire later on. You see, after World War II, a lot of things happening. If they'll say, if we would have done this before World War II, if we will implement this, this will reduce the casualty. So after this incident of World War I and II, people, especially the leaders who are studying this kind of history, will understand that when you implement policy, you must be very, very careful. You must be very alert on every single details it makes. If you miss one clause, it's just like in a contract. You sell your whole life to that person. It was only when Hitler invaded the rest of the Czechoslovakia, going against his promises that he would not attack, decided he could not be trusted anymore. Too late now. Okay, he's getting from it. Ultimately, you see the keyword, ultimately, that's a feeling already. Hitler signed the Nazi-Soviet pact with his enemy, right? The communists, and planned to invade Poland with the help of Stalin. The invasion was the immediate reason why war broke out. Thus, Hitler's aggression policy was the reason. You say aggressive policy, which you have written, right? You changed already. You changed the aggressive policy. So you can use this as one of the reasons that League of Nations is weak because it cannot help the rest of the world to restore peace, to reassure that everyone will be productive, and to reinstate back those territories lost. So I'm so sorry. Okay, you guys have to get out, and I can't do anything. That's what League of Nations will say. The most embargo. Then what's the point? I join your team. Next, you say appeasement and Hitler aggressions. I think if you look at it, the first actual one, honestly, Ethan, I think you will agree with me, Ethan. Ethan, where are you? Thank you. Ethan, it's not actually微妙 you also can agree with me 不是希特勒开仗，我觉得是那个矮冬瓜开始打人呢。你懂哪一个矮冬瓜吗？
不确定不确定。
没确定？
不确定 ，not sure。
不确定，对不起。一晨呢？哪一个矮冬瓜？想到这么久，我们每次吃熟悉的吗？
日本那边。
你知道吗？微妙，这本人在二战是矮冬瓜来的，不要笑了。我知道你多高 你1点几
1.78。
OK，微妙医生，我们叫他关掉他的 video 了，比我们高。你多高啊，医生？
I just reached 170.
哎呀 ，I only 175啊！哇，你可以打 basketball 微妙。178 very tall, very tall. Okay, you see 啊，这些矮冬瓜哈，日本人是矮冬瓜 ，seriously. You know why? Because when the Japan attack, want to attack Britain that time, you know Britain 都是很高大的 ，very tall.
Sure, can I go toilet?
Come, let's go together. So 微妙，you take over. Okay, go. So you see 啊，微妙，你 see 他们都是很高的嘞。那suddenly这个矮冬瓜 say, oh my goodness， 你懂他们英国人叫他什么吗 ？Dwarf. You know what dwarf 吗？小矮人。
有这么矮吗？
真的1.6 1.65，就那些将军那些好像最高啊是1.7。Okay, trust me 啊 ，this is the primary source that tell me. 所以我那时我中学的时候我很喜欢历史，所以我问我的爷爷嘛，还有我问我的父亲嘛，他们经过2战，说是爷爷真的吗？日本人很矮咩？很矮，比你爷爷矮。不是。然后我就问我 father， 我 father 很高了，我的 stepfather 很高，我 1.7 something。So father, how tall is Japanese? 啊啦 ，very 嘎跌了，那嘎跌马来话就是很矮冬瓜。You can see 咯。So people will laugh at you and say, "Wow, this dwarf people 怎么打？哎，你懂苏联人是很高大的嘛？哦 ，and then when 苏联人很高大的嘛 ，then when the Russians lost to the dwarf 嘞，那个日本人嘞。You know, Russian lost the war in during this Nicholas the Tsar, Emperor Nicholas the Tsar， 他们打仗打输给日本，所以他的几个岛给日本拿去。Then after World War II, he took back. So 日本矮冬瓜来的是真的，你不要讲现在的 modern 日本人了，真正的 pure 日本人是很矮的 ，very short. You don't believe 啊？你去看那个美军啊，不是 sorry。你懂 General Persevere 吗？新加坡不是英国军投降的时候，他不是拿那个国旗，那个旁边有一个日本人哦，跟他一起走去sign那个 treaty 哦，你就可以看得到了。那个英国 General Persevere 很高，他很矮。那你看这样 ，Hello, where are you? Here, look down, see me 啊 ，OK， sorry 可是现在不矮了 ，OK。So 我说真正的哈 ，OK joke aside 啊，Japan is the one. If I'm not wrong, it's 1931 or 32. Japanese already attacked China already, so they already start to break away the LON. 对吗？一晨 ，right? You look at the Marco Polo Bridge in China, the Shanghai, and then the Manchuria attack in 1931. In fact, they are the earliest than the German. So if you use Germany, so very sad. In this history textbook, they never mention much about how the Japanese attacked China. They are more emphasized, in my opinion, I may be wrong, that they emphasize more on the Germans' attack on Poland in 1939. And the actual war started in 1939. In fact, not true. In fact, in my opinion, Japan already attacked China. You go and think, look at it. It's about 13 to 14 years that Japanese conquered China for the period. Until 1945, when the Hiroshima and Nagasaki, 6th of September, that they surrender. So 整整大概有14年到13年 that China was being controlled by Japanese for the past 1931 to 32 or the latest 33. So it's way back than Russia or German. If you don't believe, you go and Google and search it now, okay? So I would disagree that Hitler is the one who caused it. In fact, Hitler is the one who see the Japanese taking advantage of the Manchuria and the weakening governments of this Kuomintang, okay, and also the power struggle between the 共产党 and the Kuomintang and the warlord in China. So 三战, the three angles fighting. So Japan came in to help the Puyi, the last emperor of China, the Manchu Guo. So of that, they start to, like a parasite, they spread, they attack, and then slowly they take the northern, southern, eastern part of China. Okay, so the policy of appeasement was another cause. Well done, Ethan. Because it indirectly gave Hitler the opportunity to become aggressive. And in 1930s, Britain and France adopted a policy of appeasement toward Germany. The leaders tried to satisfy Hitler's desire. You see, right now, the leader tried to satisfy Hitler's desire and prevent another war. I mean, seriously, you don't take a qua, so we Jiang San Yi Gai Ben Xin, the leopard cannot change its form. He has been attacking before World War I, already attack, World War I attack, things like that. They've been attacking, and yet this clown, Germans, will definitely continue to bring back, and you're taking away their land. He's waiting the opportunity to take back their lands. And if you know that you got two countries, it's like 2 or 3 countries join forces to stop Germany, and yet you always think, never mind lah, you will not lah. Okay, it's not a what if, it's if what. It's not a what if. If really happened, what is the what if? So, for example, when Hitler's remilitarized the Rhineland, okay, 36, it's already a hint. It's already telling you that he's going to spread his military power. He's going to spread that kind of disease to attack already. Like I say, it's what if Hitler attack? It's not a what if. Okay, it's the already if. It's not, sorry, what if, sorry. What if Hitler attack? So there's no what if already. It's the already it is happening. It's not a what if in fact. And why Hitler joined this, and this is also the same thing. What if Hitler joined? It's not what if. It's already continue. It's not the if. The possibility is not if Germany were to go to Australia, what will happen? Britain and France. Will Britain and France take actions? So Germany is not the what if already. Germany say, when will I take over? When will the League of Nations not bother us? So it did not stop Hitler. Okay, these are the two, like the CEO, what I call the chairman and the vice chairman of League of Nations, and yet they are not doing anything. They let him, Germany or Hitler, to do 自由自取的, okay. And a policeman, however, did not satisfy Hitler. So he's not happy what it is. And in fact, don't need to satisfy. Before the policeman can reach Hitler, he also don't give a damn of it. You see, he was a really greedy politician who don't want to take advantage of the kindness of others. Write down this one. Is a very interesting sentence. Hitler was a greedy politician who would like to take advantage. Write down this sentence of the kindness of the others by asking for more and more. Okay, since you are so scared of me, then I myself, 好像你去买菜，5块3块半啦 ，OK 啦 ，OK， then 你说，哎，顺便给我那个葱啦，顺便再给我那个什么onion啦，你懂吗？这种是贪小便宜啊，你懂那些auntie说5块钱不要啦，老板3块半 ，OK 啦 ，OK，then 他减价了，他说我还要那个葱，我还要那个onion你给我几个豆，给我几个豆芽，这样说买说你整个 store 你拿去了，哇，还是 and you see sorry。
你知道，我有过那样子。
那些是真的是太过分了。这种人呢，我不喜欢跟他做生意 ，sorry 你这样得寸进尺 ，OK， 变本加厉，真的得寸进尺。You mean come on people is a small business. You what do you call? You already asked for discount already, and you don't want to take advantage of people I believe in karma one. Sorry， 你懂什么是 karma 懂
我懂 I know。
我不是说你，我是说那个人那个坏蛋，那个人真的 no 了 ，too much 太过分了。这种人，哎呦，不是你，我是讲这种人在这个社会真的是，哎呀，不懂了。Okay, as a result, appeasement made Hitler bolder and more determined to abolish the Treaty of Versailles. Appeasement also made Hitler come to conclusion hey, the Britain and France will never stand up against that. So he's very smart. 那你 imagine 这个 auntie 3块半又拿葱又拿大葱小葱什么葱你回去你去这个 uncle 买东西很好的，他会给你 discount. Oh my goodness. So you are getting people 得寸进尺. This is really an inch asked for a yard. With no one to challenge or stop him, he went to invade Poland, which resulted in declaration of the war with the Allies. Therefore, the policy was the outbreak of 1939. But let me add in one thing. In my opinion, of so many years of teaching history, I would like to share with you all. I don't think 单单希特勒一个人啊可以统治天下。Okay, I don't think he has such a great power. He can I use the word? That's why in the 成语很好用的，招兵买马。He really asked help from Finland, Hungary, Austria, and Poland, and Italy, and Japan. So he want to 分散 the allies' power. 如果他是单单一个人 attack 啊 ，no way 啊。Okay, so look at 三国演义，秦始皇，look at this 刘邦，汉朝的时候，look at the Qing dynasty 最后一个皇朝，他也是跟人家同流合污。Look at the 成吉思汗， they also use different tribes. There's no such thing that you based on your own resource you can do it, because when you go for different attack of different terrains, you will feel that you need some support on the local peoples and things like that. So it's like doing business 微妙 in 新城 and 义城. It's just that when you expand your business, if you go to the country, like they say, when you're in Rome, behave like a Rome, right? So it's the same. So when you're going to Shanghai, you behave like Shanghai people. You go to Beijing, you behave like Beijing. You go to Auman, you know, it's different things, right? Same thing, I go to Hong Kong. So this is what it means here, that I feel that Hitler alone itself can't do much. He want to 分散, like, no, to spread the rumors, and then to help to make his policy of expansionist workable. He need to collaborate with other parties so that he can make his attack swift and successful and strong, the 3S, okay? So you see this one very bad. He never mentioned even, this is not my school paper. He never mentions why it is so. Who is it? But in my opinions, okay, the League of Nations is really a main cause of it. It's already mentioned here, I think. Okay, but you know, no, not really details. So I feel that League of Nations is really a main cause because of this policy. Is that he is giving a false hope right now. The League of Nations is giving a false hope to others, right? 那个保险没有钱拿的. It's just giving a people not only a false hope, a false alarm, and a false implications that they are being protected and have peace and prosperity and progress. So okay, so I find that League of Nations is really bad. Now next, we're going to look at the sources now. The last time we do this, right, study source, this was the last time. What is the message of this source? Use the source. Okay, where is it now? This one, okay. Is it this one? This was last week one, right? Correct now. We haven't finished, right? Remember? Okay. So I told you to have 6 to 7 highlight words here so that it can help you to understand the whole source-based question better. So maybe you can look at the source, a quick glance. Okay. You feel they're very strong, very almighty. Okay, the SA band. Okay, okay, with this one here, it looks very different. Then the poster. Then what is this for? You see, it's negative, you see, living in USA to mob Hitler. And then the source D. And the source E, take a look first. I think I sent it to you. Source F. The Nuremberg, remember last week we talked about it. So just give you an idea. So what is the message of this source? Use the source and your knowledge to support your answer. Source D. Study source D. What is the message of this source? Okay, can take a picture. Okay, done. So you have to answer this question here. The source showed Hitler had control over the media in Germany. This is since in the source which state that the government owns newspaper increased 2.5% to the total 82%, 2.5 to 82, which is damn a lot. So he quote. So what does it mean here? That means the popularity and also the safeguard the Nazis' interest to portray a good image in Germany, sorry. Okay, come. Let's see your answer. What is the message of this source? 5 marks is a very straightforward answer. Okay. Okay, Xing Chen also take part. Thank you. Remember on email yesterday, I told you, right, using the do inference. Play safe on Yi Chen and Xing Chen. I know your school may ask you to do one inference, but please do one. Okay, you got 1 more minute. I give you back the source. What does it say here? Done? Then you type your answer, please. Oh, today is so damn hot. Remember 12 marks, you must have 3 paragraphs. 1 yes, 1 no, and then we for the 8 marks is 2 factors. Ready? Yi Chen and Xing Chen, please flash your answer in the chat room.
Can you show the source again?
Huh?
Can you show the source again?
A historian. But take note, this historian, you don't know which country. It can be German, it can be in Germany or other country. Right, St. John, would you mind to type in your answer? This 5 marks should be going into your pocket with you. During your exam, please, this is the best to score your 5 marks. Okay. The message of this source is that the German had under Hitler's rule. This can be seen from the source where the source shows that the government's own newspaper increased from this to 82%. Practically, you only got a limited freedom, limited press release, limited viewings and opinion. Show that the newspaper agency has been almost completely controlled, almost completely, yes. Such a way that all contents must be approved and censored. Write down approved and censored and verified, yeah, censored and verified by the Nazis, and that the newspaper only displays propaganda and things that are in favor of Nazis. Hence, the people in Germany under Hitler's rule, bye-bye, no freedoms. Okay, of the selection choice. Thank you. Back to the two of you.
Yeah, can I show the source again? I'm
Yeah,
writing the second. I'm writing the second inference.
Sorry.
我写第二个 inference.
哦，可以，很好。Okay. I 我把它放在这边吧，聪明啊。I like the way you say the Nazis party have a tighter control or tighter grip over Germany's media. Okay, may I write down a tighter control and Germany a grip, grip too. Wait, 一晨你写好了吗？
Wait, I'm typing.
Okay, so next you are done. Look at study source E and F. Explain why the views differ regarding life in the Nazis camp. E and F. Okay, take a look. Why is the view? The question is Huh? Everyone, no answer. What happened to the two? No answer from you for the 5 marks. Once you are done, you can do the source E and F. Explain why the views are different. Okay, source E tells me, source F, what is it? Okay, E obviously is propaganda, not true. Based on, remember I told you, right, if you are not sure everything, go back to your contextual knowledge. Is it true that they really enjoy their life in the camp? Okay, and this one is 1945. You know, this is factual already. Yes, Wei Miao and Yitan, you're having O level, so you please be more active. Okay, thank you. The message of the source is that Hitler censors information in media and people had no freedoms. Okay, this is evident from the source government own. Okay, this one very good, straightforward now. This figure will tell you from 2.5 to 8.2% is an increase of about 70%. This means that Hitler's rules control more of the newspaper, and thus people under Hitler's rule had no freedoms to obtain non-propaganda information. Okay, thank you. Okay, Xing Chen, what is your answer? Okay, here is the answer. See, the answer also very short. Source F is, okay, this is the answer here. Okay. Source F is different from source E because source F comes from the testimony of an SS guard. And the purpose of his testimony was to present the fact that to the judges so that they would know how to deliver a judgment on the war criminals. That means he's going to put a verdict, a judgment on that. Furthermore, the SS guard was not involved in the incident and he would want to avoid being convicted to prove his innocence. So he's testing against his own comrades, his own colleagues, his own people, because in order to save his own life, or maybe he was really an innocent party, he don't want to be dragged into these two clowns who have tortured and abused and destroy the prisoner of war. So he wants to show that he's innocent. So source E is different from source F because source E is more likely not written by the prisoner. Okay, how do we know it's not likely not written by the prisoner? An extract from a letter, you see, from a prisoner working, an extract. Is it true or not? Or is it the fabrication is a span, it's not a real one? So you see here, it was not written by the prisoner, but sent by the Nazi guard who aimed to treat the prisoner's wife, blessing it, not blessing, disguising it, not blessing, disguising it into thinking the prisoner was doing well in the concentration camp. So if you don't send the real, if you send the real information to the wife might go around to the whole neighborhood to spread the negative, the mocking, the skepticals, the pessimistic effect of the Nazis camp or the concentration camp. So under Hitler rule, there was heavy censorship and propaganda. So it was likely that the real letters which the prisoner might have sent to have been removed and replaced. Now, but this, listen carefully. This is only written by, unless the wife can differentiate her husband's handwriting or the way the husband writes. Okay, or worse still, it might be typing out from a typewriter, forcing the prisoner to type something against his own free will. So there's many possibility that their letter sent out to the wife is definitely negative, even though it is true that it was very well taken care of the prisoner camp, or in the concentration camp. Who will want to, even you are well taken care of? That means, let's say Wei Miao, you can capture, you every day you eat good food. But Uncle Raymond, Yi Chen, and Xing Chen, we have been tortured. 你没有这么笨吗？你亲眼看到我们被 torture， 你还讲哇 this camp is very good. Not true, right? You can say, yeah, I was well taken care of, but not my comrades, not my fellow friends, right? So this is also a kind of a letter being not only censorship, but a letter to 安定人心, a letter to prove that the Germans are taking care, even though you did wrong thing, we will still make sure that I treat you very humane 啊，很仁慈了，废话的这些人。OK， 明白啊？ So when you write that time, you have to. That's why I told you, the history is fact one, not like essay, like 千变万化 here and there. Or when you are writing there, you know that this is a fact of truth that Hitler really. Imagine this is okay, this prisoner 他没有讲什么 prisoner 嘞 my dear. What happened? This prisoner is Jewish, 犹太人，完蛋了，不用讲这么多了。以为Monday can have bacon, Tuesday can have McDonald's, Wednesday I can Starbucks. 你慢慢等了。Okay, 一晨 any question? 一晨 have you done already? 星辰 you got any question? Yes or no? Please type. I know you can't talk because of the mic and camera. So next questions, children, is the most important in your entire history life for set 3 and 4. And this is called study all source. Hitler was able to establish total control over Germany using main propaganda. How far do you think you agree with it? Okay, so before I show you, I'll be accidentally showing you. So you just type for me here and tell me which source really support the view. How far do this source support the view? Then use mainly propaganda. Okay, for me, the first one will be A. Confirm one 对吗，一晨？哦 ，confirm right， 对不对？画到这么美，很像Uncle Raymond 哦。Yeah, when I say 很像Uncle Raymond， 每个人都是静悄悄的。哎呀，你们不是我的粉丝，算了，很像微妙跟一晨就好了。你不要笑哦，你们是说 yes 啊，你们叛徒啊，我们都是华人，我们是不是德国人？ Okay, so this A is confirm 啦 ，B 呢 confirm 啦 ，C 呢well maybe not 啦 ，D 呢 confirm 啦，哎呦 ，E also confirm， F not confirm， 对吗？一晨，微妙 ，you agree？ 来看啊，来看啊，不要讲这么多了，我们来拭目以待。Let's look at see is it true? Okay, yeah, okay, you see? A, B, E agree with the view. How about C? C don't agree, right? Agree. I C don't agree, correct. E confirm. That is wait. Hitler was able to establish control. Propaganda. So correct. A, B, and E. Right? C is not 嘛 ？C 就是那 hang 那个人，对不对？Then D 是什么啊 ？D 也是吗？为什么 D 不是嘞 ？F confirm 不是。Okay， 为什么 ？Yeah, correct. 哎，为什么不见 ？I didn't do anything 呢。哎呦，吓死我！哎，等一下，我还有answer是吗？没有了。给这边的answer可以看啊。Source D shows that is correct. What I say D is using propaganda 吗 ？Okay, F is confirmed no. Okay, C also, but I do you agree now? Maybe D also support. Okay. I say yes, but they say no. What do you think, children? Maybe what do you think?
我再看这个 D 是那个写信的是吗？
你要看那个 D 啊？我觉得 D 是嘞，当然他 control 当然是讲好嘛 ，propaganda 嘛，对不对？你会写 no 还是 yes？
就写这个是不是 propaganda 是吗？
我是觉得 yes 咯，我当判 no 嘞。How about you, 一晨 and 星辰 ？What do you think？
Like for
D. 他放 no 嘞。But you see German media under Hitler control confirm 吗？对吗？他的 question 就是问你什么？喂 ，where's the questions？ 给我们啊，用这个啊，放在这边啊，给大家拭目以待，看看。那你看 ，then was able to establish total control over Germany using main， 对吗 ？Using many propaganda. How far this also support true 啊？ That's why that control 82% 嘛 ，that provide the regulations for the presentation of news, correct now? Using propaganda 讲他好话嘛 ，you agree 吗？一晨跟微妙，微妙左右为难，你要不要拿那个花 ？Yes, no, yes, no 很辛苦哦。Please don't waste your time like that in your exam. I tell you, okay? Don't waste your time. Don't go and think until so long. Please, you got no time to take your own sweet time and think. My advice is straight away your first thing come to your mind. 不要想太多。你看我没有想这么多，我看到 media 我就 support， 然后我写我的东西。Alright， 你不要去想太多，因为可能其他的 point 你可以帮你错最多错这个而已，对吗？微妙 ，correct。不要想太多，直接单刀直入 ，straight to the point。一晨 ，OK， straight away. Now I give you 5 seconds to say yes or no 啊，微妙 ，yes or no。No,
it's not propaganda.
Okay, fair. 一晨 yes or no?
Not propaganda.
为什么？来 ，your argument.
For D.
Yes. 因为我讲 yes 嘞，你讲 no 嘞。
Because it's bad like towards the.
I can't hear you.
It's bad towards the government.
对咯 ，that is correct 哇。Establish total control over Germany using many propaganda 嘛。
That's why the source
我讲
is
yes 吗？
propaganda.
对不对？我讲 yes 吗？你讲 no。你要讲 no 了，你要拿哪个句子去 support？
As in like the source is not propaganda because it reveals the.
Okay, the source is not propaganda. Smart， 对吗？因为微妙，你懂我讲什么吗？你懂他讲什么吗？微妙。
Because it like it tells us about propaganda. That's why the source is not propaganda.
这个就是 propaganda， 就是讲好的，对不对？可是这个是 historian 说他用 propaganda， 对不对？你的意思对吗 ？Correct 啊，医生没有错then I accept it. But I didn't think of this way. I think that straight away 他是 using that already. I am basing on my contextual knowledge already. Okay, my dear. All right. So 微妙 thank you. Well done. Then I accept your argument. 一晨 I accept. Thank you. 微妙 what do you think? You choose no, right?
不是 propaganda.
不是 propaganda, yeah, but why not? You have to explain to your examiner. At least 一直跟他 explain 了，因为那个是用图来 propaganda， 这个只是讲说他有用不同的 media 来 propaganda, but we do not see what kind of propaganda they really propaganda the Germans， 对吗？一晨？
我觉得我这边看的是他 like this source didn't really like talk negative or positive about the government. It's just mainly saying the statistics.
Correct. So correct. Then I can accept it. Well done, 微妙。他只是 just general 讲说 they use they control the media. Correct, no? Correct. Yes, but you don't forget, based on your contextual knowledge, it is true that once you control the media, you have to say good thing about the party. Where got same bad thing, correct? Same as Stalin. So in case you got this one in Stalin, you got this one in CMC, North Korea, Cold War, or whatever it is, you always think that once they control the media, have something, they will sure have to spread positive things and improve the relationship with the people. So I find that government owned. The keyword is government owned. Therefore, they definitely have to use this to spread good things. But then again, last part before we end the lesson, you see what you say here. Hitler used fear control. Source D shows that Hitler used censorship to control Germany as the Nazist party controlled most newspapers and were able to control could be published, which allowed them to stop anti-Nazi from being published. Okay. So this one do not agree with the view. They say that show this one, the way he put also very funny. Show that Hitler, correct. If you say use censorship to control, isn't it you're answering to this question here? Establish total control. Oh, 对吗? The keyword is using total control, then 这个不是也是一样是 total control 吗？奇怪嘞 ，able to control 吗 ？So okay, 要小心啊。But that doesn't mean you're wrong. Okay, but my argument is that D should be agreeable. Okay. But there's a good arguments between the three of us. Okay, so unfortunately, Yi-Chen cannot participate. Poor thing, today he got something on. Okay, Yi-Chen and Wei Miao, next week we want to do, most likely, hopefully, I can want to do North Korea or CMC. All right, I think North Korea lah, Wei Miao. Okay, so today you cover CMC, so I want to cover North Korea. Okay, now Yi-Chen, for you, North Korea.
Okay.
Then of course I will cover North Korea. Cannot use the word try. I will do my best to get North Korea and standing together. Then we can practice. If not North Korea and let me see what is the plan. Okay.